Hello, and in this tutorial I am going to explain about Boolean data type operators and logical operators, also called Boolean operators. Now, Boolean data type operators always result into true or false. Suppose if I say is 5 is less than 7, since 5 is less than 7, it is true. So this Boolean operator less than result into a value called true, which is a Boolean value. So there are 6 types of Boolean operators available, possible: less than, greater than, less than equal, greater than equal, equal, that is 2 equal signs, and not equal. For example, 5 is less than 7 true, 8 less than 4 is false. Greater than, 7 greater than 5 is true, 9 greater than 14 is false. Less than or equal, for example 12 is less than or equal 14 is true, 5 less than equal to 2 is false. Similarly, there is greater than or equal, equal, and not equal. Not equal means these values should not be equal, like 5 is not equal 5, which is false, but 2 is not equal to 3 is true, because 2 is not 3, as simple as that. So these are the 6 Boolean data type operators which always result into a Boolean result. It can also operate on character data, but I will explain about those later. Okay, and remember one thing: when you check for equal condition, this is very important, always use 2 equal signs, because single equal sign always means assignment. When you use a single equal sign, it means we are assigning a value. Now, what is Boolean operators? A Boolean operator operates on Boolean values and create a new Boolean value. This is very interesting. So, as you saw that greater than or less than, like 5 greater than 7, the operators of greater than were numeric values, whereas for Boolean operators, the operators will be again Boolean variable, like, and there are 3 Boolean operators: not, and or. This and is called logical and. It is 2 ampersand signs. Logical or, 2 vertical signs available just before your backspace. Now, what is logical and? I'll talk about logical. I'll talk about not later in the next tutorial. Logical and, actually it checks 2 or more Boolean conditions. If all are true, the result is true. This is very important. Even if one is false, the result will be false. For example, if I say if 30 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than equal to 5, so we are checking 2 conditions here. One is if 30 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than 5, and both the conditions are true, so the result is true. But if I say if 5 is greater than 4 and 6 is less than 4, okay, it is false, because 5 greater than 4, this is true, but 6 is not less than 4. So one condition is false, so the result will become false. So for logical and to be result of the logical and to be true, if the result of logical and has to be true, all the individual all the component conditions will be true. 5 is greater than 4, true, but 6 is less than 4, false, so the result will become false. So here is very important: for logical and to be true, component conditions, individual conditions will become true, will have to be true. Even if one is false, the result will become false. Then what is logical or? It checks for 2 or more Boolean conditions, but here it is different. If at least one is true, the result will become true, and if all the individual conditions are false, then only the result will become false. Okay, and this and or conditions are very widely used in programming, so you have to understand this concept very clearly. Take an example. Okay, say if 30 is greater than 5 or 5 is greater than equal to 5, this condition will be true, because 30 is greater than 5, this condition is true. 5 greater than equal to 5, this condition is also true. Take the second test. If 5 is greater than 4 or 6 is greater than 4, this is also true, because the first condition is true. 6 greater than 4, this condition is false, but that because one condition is true, the result will become true. But if I say 5 is greater than 10 or 12 is greater than 16, this will become false, because 5 greater than 10 is false, 12 greater than 16 is also false. Each and every condition of the OR is false, hence the result